Billings residents get a look at a new project that could alleviate traffic in one of the fastest growing parts of town. An open house was held tonight for the Zoo Drive Improvement Project, slated to get started early next year. A lot has changed in this part of Billings. New businesses popping up and traffic that seems to get worse all the time. You may have experienced that frustration yourself.
On busy days, folks crossing terrifies me.
At Wednesday's open house, residents had their chance to see the plans for a $5 million plus project that should make the going a little easier, whether heading out shopping or to the zoo.
Things are busier than ever out here, and things are backing up, and we're seeing real traffic, which has never really been a thing in Montana, but it is now. So seeing this widening of Zoo Drive is going to be, I think, just spectacular for those that visit and for those residents that are going to Costco. It's going to be a great thing for the community.
Along with upgrading to 5 lanes along the stretch of Zoo Drive, changes will also include traffic signal upgrades, pedestrian connectivity, and ramp widening on I-90. The hope is that construction will get started in early 2025 and be completed within a year.
We'll likely have to segment it. We're still developing our traffic control plan, but try to make it easy on the public. It might make sense to close certain segments at times, but not all the time. We don't want to impact businesses too much. So there's a balance there, and that's one reason we're having an open house.
Some residents had questions, others concerns. Christy Drake wants to make sure there'll be a way to connect a bike trail that will eventually loop 26.2 miles around Billings.
Let's just make sure that that MDT understands that they're really listening to the city and making sure that that they're taking residents' opinions and desires into perspective and to consideration when they're doing big projects like this.
I would ask for patience on this. We know it needs to be done. We're working through it. There's a lot of details in a project like that. So we're trying to make it better for the community and giving it our best effort. So.
Again, the timeline, if all goes as planned, would be to start construction early next year, with the project then being completed in late 2025. Education leaders are going on the road across Montana to talk to local school districts about a new state testing model. The Office of Public Instruction and its new partner, New Meridian, began the road show in Great Falls, focusing on the MAST testing system. MAST is based on testlets, smaller tests spread throughout the year instead of one big one at the end of the year. Several districts have been using the system as a pilot program, which will roll out statewide next year. Leaders say they're looking for input from educators around Montana to make sure it meets their needs.
We are so thankful that so many schools have been willing to participate in this pilot process to make sure that this assessment is right-sized for Montana and the use that you have in the state here. And next year, we're going to be providing them with a whole host of information that they'll be able to use on the fly with students to change really the way that they're making sure that students have what they need to be successful.
Over the next week and a half, the road show will continue with meetings in several cities, including Miles City and Lockwood.